They even drove around spike strips but got stuck in deep sand. The driver, a 31-year-old man from Scottsdale, was arrested and will be facing unlawful flight charges. Our number 2 story, Gilbert police are looking for the suspects who doused chemical cleaner on a playground slide that injured at least 2 little girls. Police saying someone broke into a storage locker and poured the chemicals on the slide at Freestone Park. 2 little girls suffered blisters and bad burns from those chemicals. Both girls, thankfully, will be okay, but police are looking to charge the suspects with assault. And at number 3, a bar owner is accused of discrimination after telling a veteran he had to leave because of his service dog. The Attorney General has filed a lawsuit against O'Brien Sports Pub. The veteran suffered a traumatic brain injury, and his dog Whopper alerts him if he's showing signs of a seizure. The bar owner says asking the vet to leave was for the safety for his other customers, and he plans to fight the lawsuit. Only on 12 News from the I-Team, in light of the holiday season, 12 News is keeping you safe. Remember, before sending your kids out in any neighborhood this week, you can check the state's sex offender database to see if registered sex offenders are living nearby. But the 12 News I-Team is identifying one flaw in that system. As Bianca shows us, nearly 15% of registered offenders in Phoenix don't even have an address.
7th Avenue and McDowell, the intersection home to restaurants and a gas station. But according to the Arizona Department of Public Safety's sex offender database, it's also home to Jeffrey Wilson, a level 3 sex offender. Have you ever seen him, or does he look familiar?
I have never seen him, no.
Neighbors like Tammy Monk got this notification in the mail, but instead of listing a specific address like most notifications, it says Wilson is transient, staying at 7th Avenue and McDowell. In 1991, he was convicted of sexually assaulting a stranger as he robbed a restaurant armed with a gun.
They need to have a permanent address, I believe.
Wilson is not alone. According to the database, there are dozens of intersections home to offenders.
Like here at 16th Street in Buckeye, where 15 sex offenders are registered and supposed to be living.
Some intersections make sense, located near homeless shelters, but others more random, like 35th Avenue and Glendale, where 3 more offenders are registered.
I guess my question for me is just what's the disconnect where a sex offender is serves his time, serves her time, and then ends up having nowhere else to go.
12 News uncovering that more than 600 of Arizona's nearly 8,000 sex offenders are registered to live at intersections, and 371 of them are level 3, having committed the most serious violations. On top of that, there are more than 700 absconders, meaning officials have no idea where they are. Of Phoenix's sex offender population, 366 are registered at an intersection, 221 of them level 3.
When I was homeless, I had to go ahead and go down to the sheriff's office and register and get them a corner. At first, I didn't understand when they said, well, just give me a corner. The lady, she said, hey, just give me a corner. And I gave her a corner.
When 12 News first uncovered the problem, we sat down with a level 2 sex offender who used to be homeless. He said law enforcement officials never checked in on him.
If they telling the community that, yeah, this is what we're doing, they lie to the community.
Now, 12 News has reached out to a number of law enforcement agencies for this story, but it's tough to get a direct answer on who exactly is responsible. What's the pulse on health this afternoon? Researchers at UC San Francisco say their staff is slimming down after they banned sugary drinks. The ban went into effect 2015, and since then, employees have lost at least an inch off their waist. The school's policy removed all sugar-added drinks from the university's cafeterias, vending machines, and food trucks, allowing only the sale of bottled water, diet drinks, unsweetened tea, and 100% fruit juice. So if you're looking to slim down, you may want to skip the sugary drinks. Well, there's simply no such thing as too busy to work out. I kind of beg to differ, but apparently that's according to science. So researchers say most people have more than 5 hours of leisure time a day. What? Don't they know I have 5-year-old twins? And that number is even higher for men. Even with all that free time, less than 10% of people are actually working out. So next time you want to blame your schedule for not exercising, think again. Oh, but it's so easy. Well, if the mid-afternoon slump is hitting you extra hard right now, your job may be to blame. The latest survey revealing 35% of people are getting less than 7 hours of sleep. The reason? Work-related stress. So what's the solution? Leave work at work. If you can't do that, unplug from your job a few hours before bed. It should help you sleep longer. Well, lucky for us, we are having some amazing sleeping weather. Crystal, how's Halloween looking for all the trick-or-treaters?
Bundle up your little pumpkins because it is going to be the coldest Halloween morning in 44 years. Thanks to 12 News weather watcher David Crook for snapping this fun photo. A morning temperature of 43 degrees on the holiday is more reminiscent of what you would expect on Christmas morning. But that's the called for low. And then by the afternoon, a below average high of 76 degrees will follow suit. As the kiddos are collecting candy in Phoenix and Lake Havasu, we'll be reading 60s on the thermometer, 30s in Flagstaff, and 40s for Prescott and Payson. And with weather this nice in the afternoon, let's tailgate, right? The weather will be sweet for this also before you're getting ready to root on the Cardinals. Low 70s, unlimited sunshine, and breezy winds out of the northeast 10 to 15 miles an hour. Breezy today and tomorrow. The winds will start to relax as the kids are making their rounds collecting candy, and then an upward trend on the thermometer will put us back in average territory by the weekend.
Checking your afternoon juice now, some of the top trending talkers. A pair of viral toddlers stops by Ellen today. Have you seen this video yet? Little Levi helping his 2-year-old sister escape from her crib with her doll and blanket, of course. Well, it's gotten more than 100 million views. So the big question, was this their first jailbreak?
So had you seen that before? Did you know that this was happening? They sleep in the same room.
They do. And that was the first time she ever crawled out of her crib, as far as we know.
Catch the whole interview only on 12 News on Ellen. Prince fans, this one's for you. The Purple One's memoir, which was started before his death, was just released. It's called The Beautiful Ones and includes some very Prince-like quirks. For example, the word I is replaced by a drawing of a human orb. It also reveals some juicy secrets like how he hated Ed Sheeran and Katy Perry's music. Well, time now for A to Z 60, where we celebrate the people, places, and things that make the Valley so awesome in just 60 seconds. Did you know that Oregon Stop Pizza in Mesa is one of the few pizza and pipes restaurants left in the country? Rachel discovered why it's a place you just have to visit when you're in town.
It's National Pizza Month, but don't just have any old pie. Have an entire experience like one right here at Oregon Stop Pizza.
It's really the original one-man band, one-man orchestra.
This is one of only 2 restaurants that are around anymore that has the pizza and pipes concept. We're the largest, we're the best, we have the biggest Wurlitzer in the world.
These were all over theaters, all over the world. Back in the 1920s, it was a big deal.
Our pizza is also pretty special also. It's a very distinct crust. It's not a thin crust, it's not a thick crust, it's just a little bit doughy in the center, but very crispy on the bottom.
People should come, no matter where they're from or where they live, they should come here because there's no other place like it in the world.
To come in and be able to actually sit here and listen to the organ, feel it, hear it, see it. I mean, everything around it, it's every single sense you've got.
And not only can you get dinner and a show, but you can find 2 Michigan favorites, Superman ice cream and a Founders all-day IPA. I'm Rachel Cole, and that's your A to Z 60.
Cheers. Well, back to today's talker. Would you pay more in taxes to improve Arizona's schools? We're asking because about half of the school districts in Maricopa County are asking the voters for $1 billion in new funding during an election next Tuesday. Apparently 56% of you say yes, 44% of you say no. Keep voting on 12news.com/bullhorn, and those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, feel free to comment down below. Well, guys, has Halloween crept up on you, or are you all ready for it? I asked you all to share your Halloween costumes with me, and let's take a look here. We'd love to see them. There's me, of course. By the way, this is from last year, I have to admit. This year, it's a whole nother costume. So please send us your costume. We'd love to see it. Today and tomorrow, we'll share them. So we just posted this on Facebook, and don't forget to post yours below. Time now for the look ahead, the stories you'll be talking about a little later on today with the weather getting a little bit colder. Are you finding yourself craving some comfort food? Coming up this afternoon on First at 4, we are verifying if the change in seasons really affects the foods we want. I think so. Well, that's your 12 at 12. The facts on everything you need to know in just 12 minutes. No commercials. We're always on anywhere, anytime on 12news.com, the 12 News app, and our socials as well. We'll see you back here again soon.